Hey guys, it's Brian from Team Scoops for Food. I got my friend Justin behind the camera.
Yo, fam, what's up?
Because for some reason, I can't ever seem to be here when Brendan's here. But I'm
Don't.
finally back from my
Yeah.
teeth being yanked out my head. So, I wanted to bring you an updated deck profile for the deck that I've chosen out of all the decks I've been showing you guys, or at least, been doing videos on to be running for my main deck. I did a profile on it earlier. It's the only deck that I haven't gotten hate for. Apparently, nobody likes my Infernoids, even though I got the new stuff.
Infernoid suck.
I mean, it works good, but I understand how it'd be hit by, like, Ash and stuff. And Melody wasn't a card I thought of to run in the Chaos Max Dragon deck, so that's a cool idea. Although it worked fine with the Manjus, anyways, the Manjus and Senjus, so give or take, it was just a fun deck. But anyways, without further ado, I'm gonna bring you guys my Yosenkaiju deck, my updated version.
So basically, Yosenkaiju's 2.0.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's get right into the deck profile.
Before we do you have anything else you want to say?
Let's get cooking. Had to say that. We always make references to how we're a food Yu-Gi-Oh channel, and I never say that.
I'm about to give them the most dankest recipe.
The dankest Yosenkaiju recipe.
It's gonna have some spicy ingredients. Okay. I run 3 Yosenju, 1. He's your main monster of the deck. He's your Compulse. I run 3, 2 still. He can attack directly. He's got the highest attack out of them. And then 3, 3 for your Searcher, which combos well with him if you let him attack directly. As long as the Yosenju other than him does damage, you get to add a Yosenju card from deck to hand. And then I run 2 to Sujik. It's probably the worst one. I only run 2 of him because he doesn't bounce to hand at the end of the turn, but he can. I'd be like an Honest from hand, ditching to give him 1,000, or he just targets one that's on the field and gives him plus 1,000. So that's it for the Yosenjus of the deck. It's 11. And then I run Kaijus. Obviously the Kaijus. I run 1 Humongous, 2 Godarla, 1 Radiant, Dogeron, and 1 Jizikyu. Most people run 4. I run 6 because I want the possibility if I use 2 Slumbers and a dual summon, I still have 2 in the deck, I can search out the 2. Plus I just want to open up 1. As long as I open up like Kaiju and this guy and 1 other Yosenju, I'm pretty much set for at least a good amount of the duel. So, and I run the 2 moths because I don't have
The turtle.
yeah, Gamma Steel. If I did, I'd run one, so I had to run up all of them. But
Because the turtle's cool.
I thought about running 2 Humongous instead of 2 Godarla, because at least if I don't have anything and I give him the Humongous, he's got the least attack out of all of them, but I don't know. Probably doesn't matter. If it gets to that point, I'm probably losing anyways, so. Alright, that's it for the monsters. So, 17.
Just Yosens and Kaijus.
Yep. I run 3 Tanky, searches out any Yosenju monster, they're all Beast Warriors. It gives them plus 100, which is nice. 3 Duality. The only special summon you really do is with the Kaijus, and even then you want to get your combo piece into your hand so you can go off, so I have 3 of those. I don't run Card Demise in this deck. I tried it in my Chain Beat deck, and I don't like all the restrictions. I always forget stuff with it, so it's a good card, don't get me wrong. If someone wants to run in this deck, they can. I just don't want to spend the money on it, and the deck runs fine without it. So that's the consistency. Of course, you're on 2 Slumber for the Kaiju engine.
And board wipe.
Yeah, and these are all my board wipes. 1
So
Dark
3
Hole,
board wipe, 4 board wipe.
1 Regeki.
A max of 6 usually in terms of board wipes that you have possibilities for, but Brian runs 4 of them.
Yeah, I don't like to run the 2 Dark Hole. I mean, I still think these are good, but there's still some times when I don't want to see these, so I just run the 1. I feel it's sufficient with the Regeki to only run the 1 Dark Hole.
Plus, if
2 of these.
we've been talking, if Evil Storm Exciton Knight comes back, and he gets put back to 3 for whatever reason, that's another 3 board wipes.
Oh yeah, there's like 9.
There's gonna be like 10 board wipes per duel.
I count this as a board wipe, even though it doesn't technically have a board.
Yeah.
I run 2 Swords of Concealing as a tech, because it doesn't target, it doesn't destroy, and what I can do is I can either force the Dryden pop or the Masterpiece pop with this, or flip them face down so they can't do anything with them, and then I just summon my board Yosenjus and tech over stuff or bounce it. So it's still a pretty good card, and it can help me stall if I flip a whole board down. They can't change the battle positions,
The
which doesn't usually
spiciest
happen.
of spells.
Yeah, those are my board wipes. So there's still 6 from there.
Super spicy.
I run 1 Chalice. It's really good. I wanted to explain some of the stuff with this. This card can negate the effect of a Dryden or Masterpiece trying, as long as Masterpiece isn't, pervious to spells, which usually, it's pretty easy for him to be. So probably just like a Dryden is usually what it's for. When I play his Cosmos, I use it to stop his pilots to go into ships. But what'll happen is you use this to stop it when it goes to pop something. And if you do a chalice on the damage step, even if they whiptail on the damage step, the Dryden won't gain the attack and it won't get to banish the opponent's monster. You can also use it offensively, defensively, so if your opponent attacks you, attack your opponent, and just make your monster gain 400 so you win that battle.
And why at 1?
Because I thought the board wipes were more efficient because if my opponent has a big board, this only
Yeah.
deals with one monster. With these, it deals with the whole
Because
board of
your
monsters.
these or you send just come back at the end of the turn.
Yeah, they go back to my hand
So
anyway,
you-
so the Dark Hole doesn't
So
really
the
matter.
board
The
wipes
Slumber doesn't.
really help you.
And I found that when I had this,
Yeah.
it's a really good card. Like, in theory, it's a really good card, but when I kept drawing multiples, especially if there's a card that doesn't work with it,
Yeah.
literally sits and does nothing because your
It
opponent's not
sits in
going
your
to set.
hand or on the yeah.
Yeah, your opponent's not going to try to make any more advantage happen because they already have something that's beating the rest of your cards. Like, it just sits there. The two that people are probably going to be surprised with, some I'm at too. I take in 2 Lance. I try to make this deck a deck for going second. And I know that leaves me vulnerable to strike, but I like going second to get the extra card. Plus, it puts our monster out, so then I contribute over the Kaiju. So I think this is a really good card going second because my opponent has a Lance or a Breakthrough Skill or somebody runs it or Fiendish Chain, anything like that. If I summon the common one and I try to get its effect off, I can just Lance it to make sure the effect goes through. I was thinking about wire types. I ended up siding them because the only thing that's really going to hurt me first turn is going to be like a Torrential, which this could save him from, or a Solemn Strike. That'd really hurt. Solemn Strike or a Warning, because then I can't summon any more Yosenkaiju. I have to stop right there.
And in this meta that we're running in currently is a lot easier to play spell cards that are quick plays than it is to play traps or like counter traps because
they can actually in the turn
Royal Decrees are still a very relevant thing in today's format, especially with the anti-meta decks. So running Lances is still very proficient, even though you lose 700 attack.
800.
800?
Yeah, but
I haven't used Lances in forever.
Yeah, I can use them offensively and defensively, just
Yeah.
like Chalice to get over stuff too, which is nice. My last one's 1D Fisher, because it's just like stun. I don't care what happens with my monsters in the graveyard, I don't bring them back, so whatever deck it hurts. And if it doesn't work on the deck I'm playing against first round, I decide it out. Alright, so for spells, for traps, Floodgates, I run 2 lose 1 turn because I don't special summon besides Kaijus, and even if I special summon a Kaiju and it switches to defense, I don't care, I'm just going to bounce back to my hand. So this card's really good at slowing down meta decks, like Zodiacs or even Cosmos. It kind of helps when I play against
That's
Justin
so
flips
gross.
ships. On macro, again, I don't care what happens to my grave, and this one's even better because it banishes materials.
Everything.
I play 2 Yosenkaiju secret move. I don't see a lot of people running this. I think it's cool. It's like a searchable strike, kind of. Because this, comma 3 says a Yosenkaiju card, so this has Yosenkaiju in its name, so you can...
Search it.
Yeah, you can search it to hand. It only works when you have Yosenkaijus on board, so I'm only going to really be able to use it during my turn, but that stops Quaking Mirror Forces. That would flip all my Yosenkaijus down, stops Drownings, it stops Mirror Forces, it can stop a Torrential if I go to summon, they flip Torrential, and it can stop a Strike. If I summon Combo and try to bounce them, they go to strike it, I just negate it and destroy it. So it's a super good card. 1 Solemn Warning because it's Solemn, negate a summon, and then a Torrential, which gives me
Another
7
board
board
wipe.
wipes. Yeah, I just like it. I mean, if I haven't summoned any Yosenkaiju yet, I just wipe the... Or they're
Wipe
not,
the board, yeah.
well, not 7. They're not going to be out yet. If it's
Well,
on my
yeah.
opponent's turn, so I just Torrential
Because
everything.
your Solemn and your Torrential are just in case, like, because you can't set any of your spell board wipes and, you know, play them on your opponent's turn. So those give you 2 options to get rid of your opponent's big monsters first turn if you don't get anything.
So that's 7 traps. So I believe there's 16 spells. But that is the 40 card main. Now we can go on to the extra deck. I actually like my extra deck so far. But I know there's other cards I could run too. This is just what I've come up with. I have 2 Lightning Chidori, because all these Senjus are wind. It helps bounce a card. Like shove it back to the deck or whatever. This puts the set card back on top of your opponent's deck or bottom, so you can like lock them and make them draw the same card that's not helping them the turn you play this, then you get you ahead of the game. So I really like this card. And let's see it real quick. Yeah, you turn to the top of the deck. I was just making sure. Said it right. 1 cast still just shuffle problem cards, like I shuffle Towns back when I play against Justin. So pretty good. On Arc, I like this card because it sticks the XYZ material under him, so it doesn't go to grave for them to keep reusing, doesn't go back to deck for search, so they don't get it at all, it's just stuck
And
on
it's
them.
almost staple at this point because how cheap it is.
Yeah, and on top of it, it protects itself from all those board wipes at least once.
It's like the better version of Utopia.
Yeah, I guess. Diamond Dire? All my Yosenkaiju are Beast Warriors, so I can just pop a Beast Warrior, pop a Floodgate, or a monster, or whatever. Tiger King, because they're all Beast Warriors and I run tanky, so he's a walking skill drain. When I play him, I get to add a tanky. Which is nice. One Rog to 0. Diagram gives all the monsters plus 200. Tankies gives the monster plus 100 playing against Zodiac, so this just helps being able to pop stuff into your player's turn. You get a free draw. Beast Roller, True Drake goes all their spells and traps activate Engrave, so you can stop that. Or Justin ships activate Engrave. For some reason I have this and then get over a ship, they can't use the effect. Alright, you got boys.
Big game.
Yeah, it may seem weird, but if I spam the board with like 4 Yosenkaiju and I attack, then I can just go into 2 Cowboys and do 1600. Helps me OTK or do a lot of damage in one turn. One Samurai, same, he can attack twice. So it helps me put a lot of damage on board if the 2 monsters I have already won't do that much. One Diamond Crab King, it's 3000 attack Dante. After you attack with it and switch attack to 3000, you switch to defense and it'll reset on your opponent's turn. So it's like a 3000 wall, it usually stays on board. One number 70 Malevolent Sin. This card's actually pretty interesting. You can banish him onto your opponent controls into the next standby phase by ditching an ecstasy material, and then at the end of the damage step, if it attacks you, its attack goes up by 300 and its rank goes up by 3. So that's pretty good, especially if it gets out of hand. Your opponent lets it keep going. One Seal Some Roach for level 5 or higher decks. So Justin's deck, if I ever get it out before he's got a ship. And then Rhapsody. And Berserk, he's pretty good. You can banish stuff from Grave, so if I'm playing any Grave heavy deck that like needs to use their resources from there, I can just banish him. And then he equips to an XYZ and gives him plus 200, so and like if I had this out and equipped it, you know, he'd be at a 31, which is pretty nice. So yeah, guys, that's my Yosenkaiju deck for the July 2017 format. I'm really enjoying it. It worked well against Justin's deck, and I'll try to give you updates on it. But this is going to be the deck that I've been playing for I don't know how long, because I'm not that like accustomed to links. I don't really know the combos for it yet, and I kind of don't like the idea of them as much. Like it's not gonna make me not play the game by any means. I don't like it as much. I always liked XYZ, and I really like Synchro. That's my first gun of the game. Again, after not playing for years, so. But I hope you guys like the deck. Like, comment, and subscribe. I think this is gonna be a good meta choice, especially anti-meta, which is kind of the deck.
It's gonna be a really good rogue deck, I feel. Yeah. I feel like this is gonna be like the top rogue deck of the new format. If anything, Kaijus are the most powerful monster in the game. It has lots of board wipes. It has.
You have an irritating monster? Not anymore. Now you have my irritating monster.
I feel like the only card that we might pick up for you guys to know is we might end up picking up Brian that Turtle Kaiju just so he can have one of each. And if we end up picking out any other level 4s for the extra deck, then maybe. Okay. Especially if there's a Evil Storm X Titanite comes back.
Oh, yeah.
He'll definitely be in there. Right now he's at $3, which is super cheap. So we might end up going on a spree of buying a ton of them. But, you know.
Yeah.
We're really excited for when we all decide to go to tournament and we all get it arranged, and we'll see how we do and give you guys updates on how we did.
I'm going to try to go to some regionals this year. I think Justin's going to go with me, so we'll both try to give updates on that and see how far we can go on them. The first time I played with Chambi and, like, Bujins were the top deck, pretty sure I got, like, 64th place. I don't know. I did pretty alright. So,
especially for a rogue deck.
I think it was 64th. I might have got like 70th, 71st, but it wasn't too bad. It was like 400 people there. So, hopefully I do better this year. But yeah, guys, like I said, I hope you guys like the deck, and I'll try to help bring more content with our team to you guys.
Also, Deck Protection, please sponsor us. Brendan really needs that sponsorship. Anyway, guys, we'll see you in the next video. Until then, this has been Justin and Brian cooking up another spicy recipe for all of you loyal viewers. We appreciate you all. Thank you for the support, and we'll see you next time. Peace.